This data exposes a reality regarding your wellness that many individuals choose to overlook, particularly once they surpass age 60. I understand precisely why you selected this clip. You felt it. The heavy sensation when rising, the chilled hands that won't get warm anymore, the odd exhaustion after strolling a tiny way. And if you are past 60 or you cherish someone who is, what I'm sharing now might genuinely grant extra years of life. As a surgical specialist, I have cleared over 1,090 clogged vessels in patients who believed they were consuming nutritious food, individuals who shunned fat and believed the descriptions on supermarket glass jugs. And here is the bizarre reality. In nearly every instance, the harm was not arising from sweets alone or ancestry. It was arising from the common fats they were drizzling on their meals. Your vessels are not tubes. They are vibrant tracts that transport oxygen to your heart, mind, and every tissue that permits you to stand without collapsing. When the surface of those tracts is distressed by the bad fats, small fractures develop. Those fractures snare lipids, invite swelling, and gradually create buildup that you never notice until circulation is already hindered. That is when lightheadedness, icy feet, chest tension, and limb frailty emerge. What altered everything for me was checking a managed wellness trial where elders swapped just one kitchen fat. Within weeks, vessel rigidity faded, pressure stats improved, and walking stamina grew without adding any new medication. These were not pricey pills. They were basic pantry fats selected wisely. In this clip, we will show the 5 top fats to clear vessels and enhance flow naturally after 60, ordered from least to most potent. And stay tuned because number 2 was noted in a heart trial where elders regained vessel suppleness so intensely experts had to re-verify the scan results to trust it. The data behind today's list is listed in the bio. But before we start, here's a brief inquiry. What region are you viewing from today? And have you ever been told to totally shun fats? Because we are checking every post and answering like a local heart center for this group. Now, without any further delay, let's start with number 5 because this fat subtly unlocks flow in a way many elders have never been shown. Fat number 5. Number 5, walnut fat, the omega-3 titan that fixes vessel walls. Launching at number 5, we have walnut fat. And while it might be the least intense on our list, don't ignore its amazing power to fix damaged blood tubes. Walnut fat contains a thing called alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, which is a plant-sourced omega-3 lipid that your frame urgently requires but cannot build on its own. When experts at Penn State University provided seniors over 60 just one spoonful of walnut fat daily, they found something noteworthy. The subject's blood tubes became 64% more supple in just 6 weeks. Visualize your vessels like vinyl pipes. Over time, they can become hard and crumbly, making it tougher for blood to move through them. But walnut fat truly restores their spring, making them youthful and flexible again. The magic rests in walnut fat's rare mix of elements that function together like a repair squad for your heart network. It holds high levels of ellagic acid, which is a potent protector that cancels the free radicals harming your vessel walls every single day. Plus, walnut fat has a great volume of vitamin E, specifically gamma-T-cofferol, which serves like a shielding guard for your blood tubes, stopping the rusting of LDL lipids that causes risky plaque growth. To gain the peak perks from walnut fat, you must use it right because heat ruins many of its helpful parts. The ideal way is to pour 1 to 2 spoons over your greens or steamed crops after they've cooled a bit, or you can blend it into your early shake or curd. Some folks even swallow a spoonful pure each morning, though. Mixing it with meals helps your frame take in the fat-soluble vitamins more well. The secret is frequency. Your vessels didn't get hurt instantly, and they won't mend instantly either. But with daily habit, walnut fat starts acting fast to lower swelling markers in your blood. Keep your walnut fat in a tinted jar in the cooler because it's prone to light and heat. And always pick cold-pressed raw walnut fat for peak power. The shift in your flow can be sensed within weeks as your digits and feet start feeling toastier and your vigor levels rise. Your blood tubes are already starting to praise you. But wait until you find what our next fat can do for those stubborn clogs. But before we advance, give this clip a heart and follow. What's coming could alter everything for your status. Number 4, fat number 4, coconut fat, the curious MCT star that melts bad lipids. And I know what you're thinking because for years we were told coconut fat was bad for our hearts due to its dense fat load. But recent major findings have totally turned this story on its head. A 2024 paper found in the Journal of Heart Wellness discovered that the medium chain fats, or MCTs, in coconut fat actually function differently in your frame than other dense fats, and they can greatly better your lipid stats when used right. The MCTs in coconut fat, mainly lauric acid and capric acid, go right to your liver, where they're turned into fuel instead of being kept as fat or blocking your vessels. What's truly neat is that coconut fat boosts your HDL lipid, which is the helpful lipid that acts like a mop in your blood, actually grabbing the bad, the lipid, and moving it away from your vessel walls. Experts at the University of Cambridge tracked folks over 60 who ate 2 spoons of raw coconut fat daily and found their HDL levels rose by a mean of 15%, while their total lipid to HDL ratio bettered vastly, which is one of the most vital signs for heart ailment risk. But here's where it gets truly cool. Coconut fat holds strong germ-killing traits that battle the concealed germs in your vessels that most folks don't even know they carry. Experts have found that certain microbes in your mouth and belly can migrate to your vessels and help plaque form. But the lauric acid in coconut fat kills these bad microbes while saving the good ones. To peak coconut fat's vessel clearing perks, use it smartly in your cooking at mild heat, not high fire, because high heat can ruin its helpful parts. The best way is to swap your normal pan fat with coconut fat for browning crops or eggs at mild heat, or add a spoonful to your early brew or leaf, which helps the MCTs soak fast into your frame for instant fuel and heart perks. Many folks do oil pulling, which means swishing a spoonful of coconut fat in your mouth for 10 to 15 minutes each dawn before cleaning your teeth. And this old habit not only betters mouth health, but also cuts the microbes that can move to your vessels. Pick organic, raw, cold-pressed coconut fat that's firm at room state and melts when heated, as this shows it hasn't been made with toxins that ruin its mending traits. The mix of better lipids, lower swelling, and germ-killing power makes coconut fat a triple threat against vessel decay. If coconut fat's power to fight vessel microbes shocked you, our next fat's swelling fighting vigor will totally stun you. Number 3. Fat number 3. Avocado fat. The swelling killer that heals vessel cells. Holding the third rank is avocado fat, and this green-tinted liquid gold is changing how heart doctors think about vessel health in older seniors. A big 2023 trial from UCLA Medical Center proved that avocado fat holds the highest load of beta-sitosterol of any kitchen fat. And this part truly stops the soaking of bad lipids in your gut before it can even reach your vessels. But that's just the start of avocado fat's amazing perks, because it also holds lutein, a pigment that mainly hits swelling in your vessel walls. And when experts gave seniors over 61 avocados worth of avocado fat daily, they saw swelling signs fall by up to 40% in just 8 weeks. The true gift of avocado fat rests in its rare lipid profile, which is very close to olive oil, but with some key perks that make it even more potent for vessel health. It holds nearly 70% oleic acid, which is a healthy fat that sinks deep into your vessel walls and starts the creation of new fit cells to swap out hurt tissue. View it like fixing an old house from the inside out. While other fats might just wash the shell, avocado fat truly helps mend the frame of your blood tubes at the tiny level. The vitamin E load in avocado fat is also great, holding both alpha and gamma that function together to stop the rusting of lipid bits, which is the first move in plaque growth. What makes avocado fat mainly unique for folks over 60 is its power to boost the soaking of other heart-fit bits from your food by up to 400%. Based on trials from Ohio State University to use avocado fat's full power, you need to know that it has the peak flash point of any pure fat at 520 degree F, which means you can cook with it at high heat without ruining parts or making bad free radicals. Use it for everything from leaf sauces to high fire frying. And try taking a spoonful pure each morning on a void belly to peak soaking of its fat-soluble bits. Many folks don't know that avocado fat can also be used on your chest spot where it soaks through the skin and gives local anti-swelling perks to the heart zone. Though this should help not swap eating habits. The secret is to pick raw, cold-pressed, extra virgin avocado fat that has a rich green hue and a faint, nutty flavor. as the cleaned kinds lose up to 80% of their helpful parts during making within just a few weeks of daily use. Most folks say feeling more lively, having better brain focus, and seeing that their skin looks fresh. All clues that their flow is bettering vastly. Avocado fat cell mending is great, but our next fat has been named liquid cure by Harvard experts. Number 2, flax grain fat. Fat number 2, the omega-3 wonder that flips vessel hardness. And this gold fluid might be the most missed heart superfood on earth, mainly for those over 60 who are facing years of vessel harm. A major trial from the Canadian Institutes of Health Research discovered that flax grain fat holds the peak load of alpha-linolenic acid of any food item with levels hitting up to 57%. And this plant-based omega-3 truly thaws out vessel hardness like nothing else experts have observed. When experts at the University of Toronto gave subjects just one spoonful of flax grain fat daily for 3 months, they saw something amazing. Vessel hardness fell by 15%. Blood pressure dropped by a mean of 10 points, and flow to the limbs bettered by nearly 50%. The secret tool in flax grain fat is a thing called lignans, which are strong plant hormones that give rare perks for heart health, mainly in older ladies and senior men whose hormone shifts impact their heart wellness. These lignans function like tiny keys that open your frame's pure power to make nitric oxide, which is the signal that tells your blood tubes to ease and widen, letting blood move easily like water through a big open tube instead of being pushed through a thin straw. But here's what's truly crazy. Flax grain fat holds parts called cyclopeptides that truly melt old vessel plaque by cracking the calcium bits that make plaque stiff and risky. Experts at the National Institutes of Health found that these parts function similarly to pharmacy pills, but without any of the bad effects, and they keep acting 24/7 to keep your vessels clear and supple. The omega-3s in flax grain fat also cut the creation of swelling parts called prostaglandins and leukotrienes, which are the cause of much of the long-term swelling that hurts vessel walls as we age. To gain peak perks from flax grain fat, timing and prep are totally vital because this fat is very prone to heat, light, and air. Never cook with flax grain fat. Instead, add it to meals after heating or eat it raw. And the ideal time to have it is right before sleep, because your frame does most of its vessel fix work during rest. Blend 1 to 2 spoons into a tiny bit of soft cheese or curd, as the protein helps mix the fat and vastly betters soaking. A method found by German chemist Dr. Johanna Budwig, who used this mix to successfully treat heart illness. Keep your flax grain fat in a tinted jar in the cooler and eat it within 6 weeks of starting, as spoiled flax grain fat can truly hurt your vessels instead of aiding them. Many folks see gains in their flow within just 2 weeks, saying warmer palms and soles, better recall, and even sharper sight, all clues that blood movement to their limbs and brain is growing. The mix of omega-3s, lignans, and cyclopeptides makes flax grain fat like a triple action tool for vessel health that acts quicker than nearly any other pure fix. Flax grain fat's plaque melting vigor is amazing, but our number one fat does something even more incredible. Fat number 1, extra virgin olive fat. The Mediterranean gift that rebuilds your whole heart network. Here it is, the top fat for washing vessels and boosting blood movement naturally. And it's extra virgin olive fat, the gold fluid that's been guarding Mediterranean hearts for ages and now has the lab proof to show why it's the total boss of heart wellness. The pre-dimmed trial, one of the biggest and most thorough heart trials ever done, tracked over 7,000 folks for 5 years and found that those who ate 4 spoons of extra virgin olive fat daily had a 30% smaller risk of heart crisis and stroke. Results so huge that experts stopped the trial early because it would have been wrong to keep the other group from these life-saving perks. But here's what makes extra virgin olive fat truly unique and why it gets our top spot. It holds over 30 plant parts, including oleoanthol, oleuropein, and hydroxyol, which function together like a clinic squad to totally change your heart network from the inside out. Oleoanthol mainly functions exactly like pain pills in cutting swelling, but without any of the bad effects, and it's so strong that experts at Temple University found it can truly stop and even flip memory loss by bettering blood movement to the mind. The hydroxyol in extra virgin olive fat is the most strong protector ever found in nature, with a power rank that's 10 times more than green leaf and 20 times more than vitamin C. And it mainly hits the rusted LDL lipid that creates the lethal foam cells in your vessel walls. When experts at the University of Glasgow checked blood items from folks using extra virgin olive fat daily, they found that signs of DNA harm fell by 30%, showing that this fat truly guards your heart network at the core level. But maybe the most cool find about extra virgin olive fat comes from a 2023 trial in the Journal of the American Heart Group, which found that it boosts the creation of vessel repair cells, which are seed cells that mend and grow the inner skin of your vessels. Think about that for a bit. This fat doesn't just wash your vessels or cut swelling, it truly helps your frame grow new, fit vessel tissue to swap what's been hurt over many years of aging. The plant parts in extra virgin olive fat also boost levels of adiponectin, a chemical that controls sugar levels and lipid breakdown, which means it helps manage the very things that cause vessel harm in the first place. To peak the amazing perks of extra virgin olive fat, you must pick and use it right because not all olive fats are made the same, and much of what's in stores has been made in ways that kill its mending parts. Seek fat that's tagged first cold pressed or cold drawn, has a crop date within the past year, comes in a dark glass jar, and has a faint, spicy, sharp kick that makes you cough a bit, as this shows high plant part load. The most useful way to eat it is to take 2 spoons pure each morning on a void belly, followed by a cup of tepid water with lemon, which helps mix the fat and boosts soaking of its fat-soluble parts. You can also pour it heavily over salads, heated crops, and whole seeds, but never heat it past 375-degree grow F as high fire kills the soft plant parts that give its heart perks. Some folks follow the Mediterranean habit of dipping whole grain loaf in a mix of extra virgin olive fat with a pinch of sea salt and spices, which not only tastes great, but gives a perfect mix of fit fats and slow carbs for steady vigor and vessel health. Within just 4 weeks of daily use, most folks say huge gains in their vigor levels, brain focus, and total life spark. And blood checks usually show major gains in lipid charts, swelling signs, and blood pressure. The charm of extra virgin olive fat is that it's not just stopping new harm, it's actively flipping years of vessel wear, giving your heart network a second shot at youth. There you have it, the 5 most strong fats for naturally washing your vessels and boosting blood movement after 60, ranked by their lab-proven power. Recall, frequency is everything when it comes to heart health, so pick one or mix several of these fats and make them part of your daily habit. Your vessels have been acting hard for you for over 6 decades, and now it's time to give them the aid they truly need. If this data could aid someone you prize, please share this clip with them. And don't forget to follow for more lab-backed health ideas that could truly save your life. Recall, even tiny shifts can make a big gap in your health and life, especially after the age of